Hey everyone, it's Jess, your host for Mondays on the Beaver Bunch, and I'm going to dive right into this week's topic because it's kind of a doozy and I have a lot to say, as you can see. I took extensive notes after talking with Mary about it, so yeah, I'm just going to get into it. First off, if you guys don't know what the topic is, it's about a lesbian who's been in a relationship for about 3 years with her girlfriend and recently has developed a crush on a guy. And she's having a really hard time because she doesn't know quite what direction to go in. So I'm going to attempt to help her out and give her a little bit of advice, and anyone else who's going through this or who has been through this. The first thing I wanted to say is I want to talk about sexual fluidity in women. And I don't want to talk about this for too long, but I do want to say that Lisa Michelle Diamond, she's a professor, I believe, at the University of Utah, and she's basically been doing a lot of research on sexual fluidity in women, and I just want to read a small portion of something that she wrote. And it says that sexual fluidity, quite simply, means situation-dependent flexibility in women's sexual responsiveness. This flexibility makes it possible for some women to experience desires for either men or women under certain circumstances, regardless of their overall sexual orientation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link somewhere around here for you guys to read a little bit further about that. So I'm gonna hand that off to you for you guys to do your own research. The next part I want to talk about is be sure it's not just a crush, because if it is just a crush, and that's totally fine, you don't want to ruin your relationship over something that's not gonna pan out. It's not worth it. And I guess also along the same lines, don't ignore something if you think it's going to be in the back of your mind forever. And with that takes me to talk about it with your girlfriend. Talk about it. If you think it's important enough, bring it up with your girlfriend and tell her how you feel and what you've been feeling. Honesty is, regardless of how you feel about the situation and regardless of how she's going to react to it, honesty is just going to at least let her know that you have respect for her. If you lie about it, it's gonna be a lot harder in the end if it does come out that you did lie. This is a sidebar that I wanted to mention, and that is have tact. So if you do decide that you were gay and then now you're straight and you want to be with a guy, that doesn't mean that you were or are, I don't know, going through a phase when you're gay. It's not a phase, so make sure that you don't think that it is, or that, you're telling people that it was just a phase. It's not. You experienced what you experienced for a reason, and now you are experiencing, and going through whatever it is you're going through. It wasn't a phase, it was a part of your life, and you learned from it, you grew from it, whatever. I think that, acknowledge that whomever you end up with doesn't always define who you are. So let's, again, like I've said in previous videos, let's pull away from those labels that are defining us, because, as I've said, labels are strictly for everyone else to understand you. I think you are the only person who can truly understand what you're going through. So maybe don't apply a label to yourself if you're not absolutely positive. Just another small part, realize that we as gay people are still fighting for our rights, and so just because you find yourself crossing the line into a majority doesn't allow you to simply forget what exactly we are going through or what you went through when you came out. Okay, that's the end of my sidebar. In the end, if you think you're always going to wonder about this curiosity that you have about this guy, then maybe you should put your current relationship on hold, because it's not fair to either of you that's involved in the relationship. If it is only a crush, then perhaps dismissing it to keep your relationship intact is for the best. Remember that whether male or female, it's natural, totally okay to develop crushes on people while you're in a relationship, but how you decide to act upon those feelings is completely up to you. Only you will truly know the best decision to make in those situations, and I don't envy you for having to make them, but it's up to you. And lastly, be as open and honest as possible, but use your discretion. If it's a harmless crush, then perhaps causing strife in your relationship isn't worth it, and just always make sure to treat your girlfriend or boyfriend how you would want to be treated in the same situation. I know you've probably heard that a million times and it's super cliche, but it's true. Just treat people the way that you want to be treated. I hope you guys have a really fantastic holiday if you guys celebrate Christmas or anything like that. I hope it's really great, and I will see you guys next Monday. Bye, guys.